An alarming new record. In just one day, the United States saw more new coronavirus cases than in the first 2 months of the pandemic.
First of all, we all have to adapt quite quickly for the changing environment. We start to see the world lock down, and it's actually give us a few weeks notice because we saw what's happened to all our friends in Europe and in Asia. We quite quickly realized that the world is changing on us.
Let's see, I think that professionally the most difficult decision and action that impacted me the most was actually to furlough our employees. The uncertainty of our business and if our employees would be able to return was quite stressful, on top of all of the changes occurring globally. For me personally, it was important to take care of our Shamir family, our work family, and I knew that it was a difficult time for everyone financially, so I am so grateful that we were able to assist with healthcare costs and PPE packages.
There's a lot of things that went through my head. I think my first concern was my safety and my family's safety because the pandemic was something very new that I've never experienced before. I think another thing that was going through my head, what was going to happen to a lot of people and what was going to happen to my job.
The shipping costs went through the roof, as you know. Priorities shifted. We worked with companies overseas, and all of a sudden the main priority was making face masks. It was no longer providing lenses and or hand sanitizer or whatever. Everybody had new direction.
During this year, we faced basically 3 different crises, actually. First of all, the pandemic came, and we had to make a decision quite quickly how we organize the company and who's going to stay to work, who's not going to stay working for the short times. And I was very happy that we have to be out only for about 60 days. The second challenge that we had is that the cash flow. How are we going to survive? Where are we going to get the money to continue to run the company while we was very worried that maybe the customers will not have money to pay. So we start to manage the company from a cash flow point of view. What everybody actually chime in and help to make it happen. The third things that happened to us this year was the VSP change of formula that hit us by surprise. We didn't expect it. We was a very strong partner to VSP for about 14 years without any issue whatsoever. And then suddenly, because some relationship that we have with Essilor, we find ourselves out of the formula in a very bad way. And we was really concerned that many things will happen.
Then we had to actually furlough our AEs and 3 RMs. And that was a pretty emotional thing to do. I mean, we were affecting our team's livelihoods. And I know after we made the announcement, Rich and I spent a whole day calling each and every AE in the company just to touch base and to let them know that we're there for them, and our job while they're gone was to be able to take care of Shamir so that they had a really good place to come back to.
Everything just got mixed together, and it was very, very, very strange for us. Professionally, it didn't give me too much time to train myself and dive slowly into the work. I just need to roll up my sleeves and start working.
I think we was one of the first company that actually adapt working remotely in an efficient way. I think the result that we saw this year, that everybody, including almost everyone around the company, work actually harder from home and take care of the company even more than in the office. Everybody understood how important and how precious is this job. And I think that I'm very proud of everybody adapt and move to work in this new environment. Thank you.
I adapted quite well to virtual meetings, but honestly, one of my biggest challenges was sitting on my butt all day and not taking breaks. I found myself waking up in the morning, getting my coffee, sitting at my desk.
being logged to a customer's machine, trying to work there on adjusting their process when a kid steps into my bedroom and asks for chocolate milk. Now, what do? Do I stop my focusing and concentration on the machine, making chocolate milk, and get some quiet time to continue? Or do I tell him, get out of here, get him hurt, maybe cry, maybe making more noise? What do I do? I'm still working on the answer for that.
I think the most memorable part was the help that we got from Shamir during the pandemic. You know, it was financial help, as well as we also got, you know, the PPE stuff so that we can actually wear it as well, so that it can keep us safe, as well as the actions that Shamir took to try to keep anybody that was working in an office or in the warehouse safe, so that, you know, we can control any infections or anything like that, so that we can continue to do business almost as usual.
I think one of the most memorable moments from 2020 for me was the breast cancer awareness event that we held for all of our employees. It was great seeing everyone come together and everyone sharing their personal stories. It was great to see that, you know, people were able to connect and relate with so many of their personal stories that they shared amongst each other.
2020 confirmed to me that relationships are the most important things in life. It also reminded me of how little control I have over circumstances. Learning to adapt to changing circumstances is a lifelong lesson.
It gave many opportunities for all of us and pushed all of us to reconsider our values. And personally, for me, the main takeaway was a realization of how important it is to be at the right place and having the right people next to you.
It almost feels surreal that we went through 2020, but it's a really good growing experience and a time to reflect on stuff that sometimes, no matter how much you think you have everything planned out, it's just like things can change. So it was a good reminder to take things slow, enjoy the moment, enjoy life, and be prepared for the unknown.
I started to appreciate the little things, you know, the stuff that we were able to do so easily before. You know, we can just pick a weekend and like, hey, let's go do this. Let's go here, let's go eat here. And we couldn't do that anymore.
It gave me the time to be able to spend with my family, see my son grow and hit certain milestones, but see those milestones firsthand. When you know, we're out in the field driving around, doing what we have to do for business and for life, there's potential that we don't get to see those things. So it definitely opened my eyes to not try and sound too sappy cliche, but how fragile life can be and how important every moment really is.
To be thankful for all the good fortunes and blessings that I have. I have a great family, a lovely wife, an amazing job. To be kind. People need to be kind to each other. The world's a very strange place right now, and it's important that we all just love each other and respect each other.
We were able to slow down, and that has been so rewarding. I can't emphasize that enough for someone who's used to moving at the speed of light. I'm used to going so fast, and it has been the biggest reward and the biggest silver lining, gold lining at this point in my life. And it's something that I will carry with me for the rest of my life.
Again, learning people. I think I've learned people better than I've ever known them before. Learning my family, learning how to interact better with my family, learning how to be more understanding and patient. That was the biggest takeaway I think I've gotten.
My belief is that we're all a team. Without each and every one of us pulling and responding to our customers and to the needs of the company, it becomes really evident how thin of an organization we are when we lose somebody, there's turnover. So there isn't anybody in our company, from my perspective, that isn't mission critical and important to the success of Shamir.
You know, I think that this is the year, if not now, I'm not sure when, that we need to really be focused on what we do today.
It's not about the brick and mortar. It's not about the products. It's not about the technology. It's about the people that make the company. We are strong. We are united. We will persevere. We are Shamir.
Shamir is friendly and flexible.
Shamir is dynamic.
Shamir is agile.
Shamir is strategic.
Shamir is a home.
Shamir is family.
Shamir is you.
Shamir is forward-thinking.
Shamir is the greatest company to work for.
Provided them with some PPE. I'll have to redo that again. I got it.
One of the interesting things is that actually Zoom allowed us to get to know people inside the company in a whole different level. We discover kids that we didn't know that some people have. We discover grandkids that some of the people have. But the funniest one is, of course, Mark, very famous washer and dryer that was always in the background of the Zoom from his home until he figured out how to hide it. But every time that he dropped from the call, we gave him a hard time. Another funny story that happened to us, that we didn't realize that we have a bird people here. And Richard and Phil, both of them suddenly show up with those amazing, beautiful birds, when Richard was a little bit more chatty than Phil. And I think it's not by mistake that Richard Birds was talking more than Phil Bird, but it was really funny and it was a lot of fun. We have a lot of stories. Some of them, unfortunately, I cannot share with you of what's happened over the Zooms. They're all good.
Setback? Yeah, I've gained 10 pounds and I'm still working on 5.
Go ahead.
Do you want me to go on synonyms.com?
No, I don't need synonyms.com. I got this. I am synonyms.com.
I think in 2020, I think what I realized is that for 15 pounds, or 15 pounds as they say in the UK, I earned a degree in crisis management. But it wasn't a very good degree, so I had to add a little bit more. I had to give up my mustache.
Looking forward to being super healthy, happy, and make lots of money.
That one. Go. We'll just scratch that one. Okay. Starting over.
I learned my daughter is such a little jokester and prankster. You guys look out for the saran wrap because it's coming for you if you ever come to my house.
The biggest way that this year has impacted me was the challenge of trying to score toilet paper in March and April of 2020 because that was just insane.
Hey Blanca, you ready yet?